Miraculous. Welcome to Kudos Latte Podcast 2.0. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially back. And today is the relaunch of Kiddos Latte 2.0. Now, how to celebrate this? Should we dance? Should we sing? Should we take a coffee? Or what? And to celebrate this, today in this latte show, we have our incredible, I think I should not tell, let it be a secret. We have two incredible, most amazing, most vivacious, and most humble person. And if you want to know who is our first guest, then you have to check out the video. Here is my lovely, most vivacious, and my dear friend, Melissa Pattick, co founder of Kudos Miracles. Welcome, Melissa, to our show.
Hello. So happy to be back. Super excited about the revamp. Thanks for having me on, Dr. Supriya.
Wow, it's amazing to see you. Well, Melissa, before we take this show on, we have another guest also who is waiting. So, and even the world is waiting to know another guest. So, another guest video, let's go on. Welcome,
Hello.
Matt Allen, the founder of Kudos Miracles and Democry. Welcome to the show, and you guys really rocking, and it's really a great honor to have you both over here. I am so profound to host you today, and it's my great pleasure to start with Kiddos Latte Podcast 2.0. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the two miraculous people, the founder and co-founder of Kudos Miracles is here. And today, Kudos Miracles is at the height of success, which no one can even dare to measure. So the credit goes to these two people, eminent personalities. And before I take a turn for this show, let me start with my first guest, Melissa. Melissa, you are here, and we are so grateful
I'm
to know. I know
here.
you are traveling, but thank you so much for taking out from your precious time for this Kiddos podcast. So,
Thank you.
can we
Thank
go?
you so much. Flagship episode. I'm so excited.
Melissa, as we all know that you are the co-founder, and since you are a miraculous person, a very versatile personality. Whenever I open the LinkedIn, oh my God, a gaming industry expert, you're a mental health expert, you are doing this, you are doing that. And my first question, along with my global audience, and I am so keen to know in everybody's life there is some sort of turning point, that turning point which will completely change your personality. So along with my coffee, I want to know, in Melissa's life, what was the turning point? So go on.
Absolutely. Yeah. The turning point in my life definitely was moving to Las Vegas. I came from Southern California, LA, suburbs of LA, very sheltered, very limited in terms of demographics and everything like that. So moving to Vegas, I actually, and working in the casinos and everything like that, I met this, and this is the pivotal point in my life, I feel. I met so many people from so many different places in the world that I didn't even know existed. I couldn't even pronounce, and you meet and you become friends with, and you're exposed, and it was such a wonderful thing. You'll hear me say I hate living in Vegas, but the positive is I'm grateful because I got to absorb so many cultures and befriend so many people from so many different parts of the world, and that really, in that, it really just, when you are exposed to that, it changes your perspective on pretty much everything. It really shows how the media doesn't really portray things exactly how they are. You actually talk to someone from this area and they'll tell you something different. So, and it's great. I learned lots of recipes too. So from, so yeah, that is the big turning point in my life. It definitely helps me in my work with Kudos and everything. To have that, that cultural empathy and sensitivity and appreciation, so yeah, that would be my turning point.
Very true. Yeah. So I do agree with Melissa. When you meet with so many great people, different culture, different tradition, you come to know across various cultures are there. Oh, is this culture? In this culture, we are having this. And when you meet people of different, perceptions, different knowledge, you gain extra knowledge. You vibe, you absorb the positivity from them. So, Melissa, this is really great. And I must say, this turning point of Melissa's is giving a lot of inspiration to everyone today on a global scale. Meet people, make friends, not pose, and make your miraculous journey in a very positive manner and grasp all the knowledge which you're getting from the world. Love, communication, love to know how to treat people. And that's the beautiful definition of humanity. Well, Melissa, for this, a wonderful clap for you, a round of applause for you. I wanted to come for my guest, Met Alan, but since you are driving and since you have to go for an important meeting, so we have to hold on to that, and I hope you understand. All right. So you can have a sip of coffee in the meantime, and you can listen what we are communicating. All right. So, Melissa, I know you're time bound, so let's go with the flow. Melissa, I heard about your gaming expert. You're a gaming expert industry and your post, your LinkedIn post. Oh my gosh, just it's like flood of gaming industries and this app and that app. My question is how you can say gaming can be useful for the growth of kiddos. And I think as a marketing guru, this question I should ask. Yeah.
Thank you. Great question. So yes, my gaming, started a long time ago, from arcades, laser tag, to casinos, to online gaming, to apps, to, it's extensive, and it's life for me. It's everything I see, what gaming does to and can do for Kudos and any company. Is it brings joy. That's the point. So how can it benefit Kudos? Well, we can bring gaming, to in our industries, we can bring gaming to people that could use some joy in their life, could use a little distraction. In terms of marketing, absolutely, gamification is gonna take Kudos from a very serious, and it is a very serious, social impact enterprise, and kind of, in the gamification of attracting people that are interested in what we're doing. We can widen our audience through gamification, with our marketing, in terms of, QR codes and, anything really, puzzles, apps. There's so many things out there that we could do, but in the gamification process, it makes it fun to
Yeah.
bring people to Kudos, by
Right.
gamifying our marketing, you know.
Yeah. Very true. So, Melissa, there is a saying, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And when you said about games is a fun and you learn so many things from games, even in today's education system, gamification is playing a very important role in absorbing knowledge, and students are playing, learning, fun with learning. And when you make studies very fun, and you are producing a lot of games through apps, you are just spreading a bundle of knowledge through gamification. So I really appreciate your knowledge in the field of gaming and making things very easier way that those things were supposed to be long back. Oh my gosh, how we are going to play this. But through apps, we are learning and we are progressing. So hats off to you for your various great experts in gaming industry. All right. So, Matt, I hope you are taking a sip of coffee and you are also watching us too. All right. So, Melissa,
I'm
since you
playing
are
the game.
driving, I can see. Since I can see you're driving also. So, once again, thank you so much. And one of my very favorite question. I mean, you are versatile. Versatile. You have this mental expert, gaming expert, you CMO and foundress and this and that. How do you, my question is, how do you balance all these miraculous work? I mean, professional, personal. I mean, it's whenever
Right.
I see you, what I think, I need to take a lot of tips from Melissa, how she balances, because balance is the key to success. Since we all know
Yeah,
woman life is very tough and a lot of challenges. So we want to know your balance theory.
sure. Well, um, my mind is already always going, and it's already very active and very thinking of one thing to another, to another, to another. So balancing all of these roles and all of these, kind of jack of all trades, is because I'm interested in so many things, and my mind is always going. So for me, I think it's just my specific personality type that I'm able to just go, okay, it's time for marketing. Okay, it's time to figure out the
Yeah,
gaming stuff, and then the mental health is incorporated in all of it, really. And then to go, and then I take all of my experience and I throw it into my writing. And on my profile it says Mind Reviver, just because I just love exposing, the unsaid. There's lots
yeah,
of things that people just like to bury, truths that people not necessarily want to think about, that need to be thought about, because things are kind of not,
exactly.
things are kind of a little questionable right now. So that's where that comes in. So, take a little bit of time
Exactly.
for this, a little bit of time for that, a little bit of time for this, and then throw it all into an article, and there you go.
Oh,
But yeah, like I said, it's my disposition to just flip
yes.
from one thing to another.
So, ladies and gentlemen, and my live guests who are sure, they are just giving a lot of comments in the form of this, that. I can see also in my mobile, also, flood of messages are coming. So, yes, Melissa, I do agree that firmness of mind and promptness of action leads to success. And when you are organized, you are punctual, you are making a lot of things. As you said, I am always active, I'm doing this, I have to do this after this. So, you are really, really inspiring the world with my coffee. Yes, take the coffee, move on, make your world, make your life simple, smoother, and organized. So, this is really a great tip. And thank you so much for this, because I'm going to write this.
So,
I'm going to do this in my life too. So, thank you so much for this brilliant, mind blowing answer. That's great. Awesome.
thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you have to go, but still, one thing is there which everybody is waiting for this. Melissa, are you ready for breaking the neck round? Because sometimes this is not rapid the fire, it's breaking the neck, and not the neck you
All
can see.
right. Game on, right?
Quiet from
So
Melissa, everybody. So
park your car beside, and we are gonna play break the neck round. So in this
All
round,
right.
in this
I
round, a
think it's
set
the
of
only
questions.
thing left still working on my body, but let's do it.
Yeah, let's do this. So a set of questions to be asked, and you have to answer honestly. All right. Your greatest strength in your life.
The greatest strength in my life? Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. I would say it's friends and family. Absolutely. Without friends and family, I wouldn't have, I would be dust. I wouldn't be able to do anything. So, thanks to you guys and my family for all the support.
Yeah. Awesome one. If you could have any superpower, what it would be? Any superpower.
Oh, the power of insight. I think if I knew what other people were thinking, I don't want, I'm not going to go down the mind control way, but the insight way. If I knew what other people were thinking, I could better plan ahead, and so I would have that. Psychic powers, please.
Great one. Your favorite way to spend a weekend?
In bed, please. Oh, watching crappy reality TV, please. Love is Blind, The Ultimatum. I'm going to have crackers and some coffee and I'm going to
Wow.
veg.
That's an amazing way to celebrate vegan, and this is really lovely. All right. If you will vanish for a day, invisible, what would you do first?
Oh, I was invisible? What would I do? Oh my
Yeah.
God. I would probably still be in bed.
Great, great one.
Right? I would be under the covers and no one can see me. But then I'd
Oh,
get
great.
lonely. So I don't want to be invisible. I get lonely too easy.
All right. Last one. Your last song you listened to.
Oh, the last song I listened to was
Yes, yes.
Champagne by Declan McKenna. He's a huge part of like what influences kind of what I write right now and what he's an indie musician that is basically kicking the establishment in the teeth, and I kind of resonate with that. So yeah, Champagne, look it up.
Wow, lovely, Melissa. Very well played. You break the neck round, and you really made it very, very crispy.
Just snap
So
it.
for you, this is a form of bouquet for you, and I hope it's a virtual
Thank
flower,
you.
but it's from my heart. It's from Kudos Latte. Coffee is also there for you, so you can see this
Thank
and
you
you
for
can
that.
accept.
when's it my turn? I want stuff.
Oh God!
Right? Yeah, thank you so much. I
Thank you so
appreciate
much, Melissa.
everything. Nothing but love. So
Have a good day,
let's
and
keep
thank you
it
so
going.
much for the
Thank
from the
you.
bottom of my heart for coming to our show and taking order from your precious time and spending a beautiful time with us, and especially your break the neck round was really amazing.
Thank you. All right.
I
Love
just
you
say
guys.
before Melissa goes, thank you very much, Melissa, because you do have an important thing that you've taken a bit of time out. You are sat there in the car. And also, like, to the point of view of what Supriya was saying a moment ago about all the things that you have to take care of, including yourself. Like, I barely take care of myself, let alone anything else. And the amount of commitment that you and the rest of the team provide is just phenomenal. And it's really inspiring to see all of that on a day-to-day basis. Like looking from the outside at everybody else and everything that they have to do. I only have to do this, right? And look after my hair, and that's very easy. Like that's done. But you guys have to do so much. You've all got families, friends, jobs, many things to do. And I just wanted to say thank you to you because you're a very clear demonstration of that. Supriya too, but the rest of the team as well. So
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And thanks
Bye. Bye.
everybody. Bye bye.
Yeah. So
Okay,
really,
shall
Matt.
we just shall we have our first musical interlude, our first
Yeah.
video, courtesy of Kudos.
Let me tell you, I need a miracle. I need a miracle. It's more than physical. What I need to get me through.
So the guest is here, amazing one. So Matt Allen, the world is really, really, so many things are popping up in my mind. So many things I'm getting comments, and so are you here. So how are you feeling now? After a decade, we are back, and after a decade, we are doing the shows, and successfully 2.0 we are doing. It's really incredible. I can't believe this.
It is very, to coin a phrase, miraculous to be here in many respects. There has been a lot of turmoil in the world. There has been turmoil in a few people's lives, including mine, including breaking my leg and various other things. There's been a bit of illness and a bit of recovery, and we've been focusing on doing a number of things in the background, growing the team, bringing on some very important new team members, and getting things done wherever we are in the world. So we've all
Yeah,
been busy, and we've
I
all
know.
been very much enjoying it at the same time, even breaking my
Exactly.
leg.
Exactly. And, we were so excited to host you, and people were saying, yes, the launch show should be starting with Matt Allen. So I said, okay, let's go with the flow. So, Matt, without wasting a moment, without wasting a single moment, because people are going to kill me for this, I want to know, and the world wants to know, how, when, where Kiddos was born, the birth of Kiddos. What things inspired you to give rise to Kiddos? Since you're the creator of Kiddos Miracles, how this miracle really happened. Go.
So the real beginning was when I was a small boy, because my habits, my lifestyle were very introverted. I was very much on my own, very much a loner in many regards. And what I used to spend my time doing when I was very young was taking things apart and putting them back together in the hope to make them better. Some sort of inventor or innovator and things like that. And I used to do things like I used to have a Walkman. So I used to take the Walkman apart to see if I could put it back together. Didn't really put it back together. I just ended up with bits of a Walkman.
Hmm?
But over time, I kind of figured out that that was who I was. I like to look at things from above, take them apart, think about things differently, and think about how to put them together to make some benefit for me, or in that instance, or everybody else. Um, And really that brought me to a very long, complex story, which we really don't have time for, to bring about some of the solutions that we have, right? It's about looking at things differently, looking at what we want to make happen, some benefit for us and everybody else. And as a result, how can we make things different? But still the same. That was still a Walkman, even though it was still in bits, but it was still a Walkman in bits. But we think about things differently, make them appear different, make them work differently, make them solve the problems of the world rather than being the same old problem going around in circles. So, yeah.
Yeah. And I must say, ladies and gentlemen, the founder, the creator, you see, I am getting short of words. The sculptor, the leader, and the miraculous leader, I must say, who inspires everyone in the team, whether it is in the world, whether it is in the friends, whether it is in the foes. He goes on and on. He is unstoppable. And when I am using the word unstoppable, ladies and gentlemen, when Kiddos started just 3 years, you can say, you can see, and you can hear, where are we now? Matt, this transformation, you can say the roadmap, the journey was not at all easy for you, for anyone. And now my next question, which I always wanted to ask, from the bottom of the heart, from my heart, that Matt had faced some sort of challenges with it, because without challenge, nobody can't succeed in his or her life. So Matt, touch, trust, and truth to your heart. Really, what sort of challenges you had faced and how did you overcome those challenges? So world wants to get inspiration from your life journey. So go with your journey, go with your obstacles. You can say problems, and you can say the part of the solution. Go on.
Mm. So I don't like dwelling on problems. I like to solve problems, right?
Wow.
I think that's what we're talking about really, is how we can face problems, how we can become resilient to them, how we can figure out how we
Yeah.
can use our thinking, our abilities, our attributes, our skills, whatever it might be, our colleagues, our connections, our friends, our families. I don't mean use as in abuse, but use as in collaborate and work together, and how to make those things come together for the good of everyone, right? And yeah, I've been through some difficult things, and like I don't really want to go into anything that I've been through, because many people are going through much more difficult things now. But that's the thing, right? Is that we're supposed to be entrepreneurs. We're supposed to be people who innovate.
Yeah.
And yet, in many regards, for a long time, things have not been entrepreneurial. Things have not been innovative. Things have just gone round and round in a circle, where potentially a lot of people are making some money from re-expressing the problem or becoming experts in the problem, whilst that problem exists for many people. And there are many, many problems, right? People need all of this stuff, all of money, homes, love, literacy. Literacy is a good one because it solves problems, right? It teaches us how to think, how to learn stuff, how to understand and work out what the truth is. And I think Melissa was talking about that earlier, in the sense that she likes to hone in on what people actually want, what people's truth is, as we see in some of the adverts that we'll see today. It's about understanding what the problem is, not dwelling upon it, but figuring out how we can change that problem into a solution, and then finding the best way to solve those problems that benefit as many people as possible. So whatever the
Right.
problem, and they have been many,
Focus the solutions. Yeah.
it's about the solution.
Great one, Matt. Can you believe when you were answering my question, I was getting a lot of notifications, and literally I had to stop that, because this question really touched so many hearts, so many world hearts, you can say, global hearts, you can say. And yes, people are just showering their love in the form of lovely life, love journey, great one, awesome. And flood of messages. If I will start reading, it will take an hour for me to go for this. So, Matt, really hats off to you. Well, I don't have any hats, but still, I have a hand to salute you from both the hands, right? Because you really inspired everyone, even me and even your team members. Whenever we lose heart, you appear as a god in front of us and you say, go on, go on. Still the breath is there, still the life is there. You have to smile and you have to be bold, you have to be resilient. And that's what say kiddos miracles upon. So I must say you are really a miracle who has given bestowed, who is the god has bestowed you to us, and it's the big gift of humanity. Wow, that's really lovely. The big humanity gift of God and whatnot, what I can say, Matt. So really keep on going, keep moving forward and keep inspiring the world. That's what you're doing, because wiping the tears of people, the person who is crying, is the real meaning of humanity. And that's what you are doing. So you are doing incredible, amazing, and all the words I am not able to know. I'm not, it's coming from my mind, from my mouth. So that's awesome, amazing. Well,
Thank you.
this is the time to take a sip of coffee because in front of Matt Allen, my energy is drained out. Anyhow, so let's go with the flow. And Matt, we have seen the transition, the transformation of Kiddos Miracles with a lot of upcoming projects, with collaborations, investors, and whatnot. And so many upcoming events are in the queue, which we are going to talk later. But still, Matt, I want to know, along with my global audience, along with my phone audience, you can say, what are the upcoming projects, the road map of Kiddos Miracles? Yeah.
So there is a lot of things to do. These things in the list next to me all need solving, right? And in many ways, we've already solved most of them, if not all of them. Now is the time for us to move forwards in that. On your background, it says need, belief, Kudos Miracles. Kudos Miracles is action, right? That last
Yeah.
word. Action is where we are at. We have all got needs. We all need all of those things in the lists next to me. Everybody around the world, and whether it's directly them or somebody that they know, or that they drive past somebody suffering from some of those problems as they go to work or go to see their friends or whatever it is that they're up to. Now, we have a lot of work to do, and unfortunately, you're going to have to do some of that work as well.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
some of the things that we have in front of us, things that we'll see in the adverts today. So things like literacy that I mentioned before. We have an event coming up the end of this week talking about literacy and how we can help to educate ourselves and other people about the truth and about how we can solve our problems and how we can understand the world that we live in, because we have examined it through our own eyes rather than being told how it is. We need to understand our real truth. So platform like Democry, for example, so that then we can move forwards and know what people's truth are, rather than the truth of what big media wants to tell us. For example, the BBC with their recent lies as to what Trump had allegedly said. Now, I'm not an expert in that, but I think it's about time that people knew what the real truth is. We all feel something, and it's about time that we had those feelings be able to be expressed and fit them within the legislation that is coming out in majority of the countries nowadays to control what we say. There are still possibilities for us to tell our truth and have that counted. And then beyond that, maybe the other thing that we should talk about is AIN, Affiliate Investment Networks, which is one of our big major projects coming up soon, which will see an opportunity for everybody to be able to prosper and for us to solve some of those big problems, things like ending homelessness through the ability of all of us to do better, whereas the people who are held up in great esteem, maybe by the BBC, like I mentioned before, or other organizations that say, oh yeah, these are the people that you want to be trying to be like. That's not the people that we want to try and be like, because they're not solving our problems. They are making themselves richer and more powerful. And instead, we should figure out how we can support each other, live in love and live in prosperity, so that then we can all have a much better life. And our children are not faced with dying at the hands of big pharma and big military industrial complex and various other organizations and entities that are supposed to be here to protect our interests, but are only here to extract what they can from us. Time for
Right.
change is here, and that takes action. So those are some of the things that we are up to.
Yeah. Well said, Matt. And I must say that, yes, ladies and gentlemen, Kiddos is expanding, Kiddos is flying, and it's taking out the wings to fly. But still, people who would love to connect with us, they can just log into www.kiddosmiracles.com, our website. On if you are ready to be an investor, collaborator, or you want to help the world, or if you want to change the world, then you can meet Matt Allen. And definitely, with his help, you can change the world and you can create n number of miracles. So do visit www.kiddosmiracles.com. So Matt, I must
The
say,
video, the video.
yes, you can see the video.
Okay.
Wow, this is really, really splendid, incredible job. And yes, we can see the miracles floating and striving and going. And the loveliest thing is never ever give up on your dreams. And that's what Kudos Miracles videos is setting a message, setting an example. So this is really amazing, Matt. You have given all your answers through this video, and I must congratulate you, applaud you, and whatnot. That's it. Well,
Thank you.
before we move forward for breaking the neck round, Matt, are you ready? Before I take a sip of coffee. Don't worry, we'll not break that much. We'll just go with the flow. All right. Okay. So, Matt, what energizes you most at your work?
Mm. What energizes me most? It's very difficult to say one particular thing, because things are not things, they are people. Let's talk about the background that I have. And I wanted to say thank you as well before Melissa left. for her wearing a white outfit and me wearing a white outfit and you wearing a red outfit, which I'd not planned at all.
Yeah.
But it's demonstrative of the lots of people together against just, are we just one person? Are we just one voice and everybody else is very different to us? Or are we actually all aiming for the same thing? And what energizes me the most is that my experience of life is that everybody wants the same thing. Everybody wants to share love. Everybody wants their family to do better. Everybody wants more prosperity. Everybody wants peace in the world. Everybody wants leaders who actually care about them and are responsible enough to do what is right for a community. Everybody wants everybody else to live in a home. Everybody else wants everybody else's children, including their own, to not die from medicine that is supposed to treat them well, or grow up to fight in a war for supposed democracy that most of us and some of us, again, I refer you to the majority of people, probably don't actually believe in so much anymore. And that really is what energizes me, is the knowledge that the people that I come into contact with, they all want something. And for some unknown reason, I understand how to get that for them. I understand to deliver what people need. Supply and demand, right? I almost said Supriya and demand then, but supply and demand. Supply and demand, which is basically people demand change. Right? People demand for things to be different because we all have troubles and difficulties in the world today. And we supply what that answer to those problems is. And that answer is people. And that energy flows through people and it demands something more. Even whether people are conscious of it or not, we all want something. And we all deserve more. And our children deserve so much more as well. And into the future, we either stick with what we have now, which will get worse if we stick with it, or we can change the systems, right? We can change it all and play really for what we all want and need. And supply and demand dictates that when we can do that, and we can make money from doing that and make that beneficial to everybody, then there is a reason to have business. There is a reason to change the way that things are, to innovate, to invent, and to create something that is special, that really exists in all of us, which is to do better.
True. Wow, that's great. All right. So if you could invent a new flavor of ice cream, I know ice cream is your favorite, what would it be?
Oh, trifle, definitely sherry trifle, British sherry trifle.
All right, that's the new flavor invented by Matt Argyle. So we can say Kudos Miracles is embarking its journey into ice cream also. That's great. All right. So Matt Allen is a morning person or night owl working?
No, morning, definitely. I get up at 5, well, before 5, because the alarm clock goes up at 5, and I fall asleep after I've eaten my evening meal, and then just fall asleep. So mornings.
Very nice. Best compliment you ever received? I'm sure you have got N number, but still, best compliment.
I don't know about compliment, but the best gratitude, the best thank you that I ever had was from a young lady who we potentially solved her breast cancer. And thank you that was expressed for that.
Exactly. Yes, you solved everyone's problems, health problems, finance problems. And this is a great, again, I would say this is the real definition of humanity. Humanity doesn't mean when you speak or when you go or when you speak, blah, blah, blah. It's about how do you deal with human beings? How do you understand their emotions? How do you empathize? And Matt, you're doing a great one. I need not to say anything. Well, last but not the least, breaking the neck, Rob says, Most important lesson you learned last year?
Okay, so this is a bit of a longer answer. Sorry.
Okay, no
Anybody
problem.
who's familiar with me on a personal level knows about me and buses, especially Rita, but let's not get into it with Rita. So my most important lesson was on a trip that I did to Uganda when the wheel on the bus broke. And I was supposed to be going to meet a friend. I ended up going to meet him. Miraculously, I got there. But when the wheel on the bus came off, it was supposed to take 20 minutes to fix the wheel. And instead, I spent 5 hours sat next to the bus, having a wonderful time with some Ugandan children, buying them some chapatis and some water, and really just having a great time with some wonderful youngsters. And then the lesson wasn't necessarily to enjoy the time with the youngsters, or as wonderful as that was. The lesson was that once that we had finished playing with the kids and we realized that the bus was not going to get fixed anytime soon, the guys that I was with flagged down a car, and the car that we got into was going to drive us down halfway to Kampala, where we were going. And my friend that I was going to go and see, he phoned me to see how I was getting on. Was I still sat by the side of the bus? And instead, I had good news for him that I was in the car and traveling down towards this place in Uganda called Jinja, which is where the source of the Nile is. And he said to me, okay, can I speak to the driver? Because I need to understand whereabouts you'll be, and then I can organize for you to travel on because you're no longer in the bus. So I said to him, sure. I handed the phone to the driver of the car, and the driver of the car took the phone, looked at the phone, looked at the road, looked at the phone with a face of him to say, that's strange. And then he took the phone to his ear and said, hi, Michael. Because the driver of the car, out of everybody across those 5 hours when we could have decided to get in a car, was actually a friend, an acquaintance of my friend Michael, out of everybody in the whole of Uganda that could have been driving along that very busy road at that very busy time, that could have stopped that car. We decided to stop that car, my friends, not even I. And we stopped that car, and that car was driven by a friend of a friend who I was going to meet. So the lesson is that, yeah, it's wonderful to be having plans. It's wonderful to be trying to do things and trying to make things happen. But the real miracle is that irregardless of whether we know it or not, things are happening. Whether we think that it's time to give up and sit there in the hot sun 5 hours in Kampala, outside of Kampala in Uganda, and think to ourselves, yeah, it'd be just nice just to get there and just sit there in the fan or some air conditioning or just in the shade out of the sun. But instead, the real beauty of things is that there is some sort of plan, whether that is God or the universe or source or some other deity or whatever it might be, destiny, anything. It doesn't matter. What matters is that something is happening. Something is going on. Never give up, because miracles happen. And they happen when we have a need, when we believe that our need will be resolved by a miracle, and when we take action to flag down a car, or to start a company, or to find some miraculous friends who can make us, help us, drive us to doing some things. Or even just this Saturday when I was sat in my home here with some relatively new friends from all across Kenya, and especially in Nairobi here, where many of the things that we need to move forwards on some projects right here, those people have miraculously come along in the space of 6 months, 12 months, and even within a few days, as to the very things that we have been talking about for years and wanting to do for some of our projects. So that's the lesson. Not sit back, take action, but something big.
Take action. Yeah. So I must say that.
No. You've done enough talking. Let's play the video.
Yeah, okay.
One last video.
Yes, Kudos AIN, Kudos affiliates, Kudos this and that. So before I move forward, Matt, this is for you for playing a miraculously the break the neck round. You can say relatively the expression so and whatever whatnot. So this is a real tribute to our leader, our founder, Matt Allen. Thank you so much, Matt, for coming to Kiddos Latte Podcast 2.0, the opening relaunch, you can say whatever you want to say. And really, you inspired us with your life journey. Even I was not knowing some of the inspiring journey which you had gone through. So, bottom of my heart, thank you so much, along with my latte coffee. Thank you so much. And of course, how can you forget my relatively, baitingly inspiring, loving people, audience, global audience? Thank you so much for always inspiring us, motivating us, sharing us, helping us. Keep showering your love in the form of support, in the form of love, and creating miracles. So do watch us on this Thursday with another amazing, incredible, and inspiring guest. Till then, stay happy, stay miraculously, welcome every problem in the form of solutions. That's what says Kudos Miracles.
Well done, Supriya. Great job. Goodbye all.